What's up, Pokemon trainers? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Megan.
I am Travis.
And we're back.
We're back.
I'm back.
This is the first full episode post hard drive crash. We are back in business. We have new hard drives. And we are fully installed with Adobe Premiere and all the software I need.
It was a dark day.
It was a dark day. Lots of panicking. But today we have some more PSA returns. It's been a while since we filmed, so quite a few came back. Looks like maybe 16 or so.
So we're gonna play.
Guess that grade?
I'm oddly good at it.
Yeah, she is. This time also, I did not look at any of them.
So it's a surprise for both of us.
Total surprise for every card. Last time I looked at a couple of them because I was too anxious. Rightfully so. We got a few code cards to give away for you for free. Let's start with one right now off the top. That is VMN. I'm not reading off code cards.
Oh no, you could say which one it's from maybe. Does that matter?
No.
Okay.
Well, it kind of does, but
Okay.
if you're looking for free code cards, there it is. Well, let's get started. Without further ado, we have a unlimited set
Yeah.
Poliwrath. I forget how I organized these because it's been a little bit, but I have them all pre-taped. I have not looked at them. Scout's Honor.
These are all yours.
These are, no, there's a couple that are yours in here too. But so just a little backstory. I sent 15 in economy, and they kind of ranged in condition because I was trying to get a feel of like how the grading process went and all that stuff. So I kind of sent like a variety of conditions intentionally, but then it was like, oh well, you'll get them back in like 8 months. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna submit all the ones I think are really good, and then we'll go from there once they start getting them back. So these are some of those, and then some other ones that we've gotten back.
Did it take 8 months, or are they still there?
There's still a ton that are still there.
Oh.
Yeah, it's taken a really long time. So also a little bit of backstory. PSA has shut down submissions. So unless you submit Super Express, which I think is $1,000, you can't submit. So people who got in before they cut off are good, and they're trying to catch up on all the stuff.
That's crazy.
And then CGC is talking about maybe closing their stuff, I think, and slowing things down. They said the last email I sent to them, because I sent some stuff to them as well, they said they were getting 70,000 submissions per day.
A day.
Submissions, not cards. Submissions. So there could be hundreds of cards in each of those submissions on top of it per day. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the grading. We have up first a base set Poliwrath from my personal collection. Let's take a look at her. I think this one is probably not in perfect condition. There is some light whitening around the edges. My guess is probably, well, just based on the last one where I was super disappointed in a bunch, this is probably a 6, maybe a 7.
6.
6. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, this one was definitely like, I had this one since I was a kid, so I'm honestly not that surprised. This was one of the better ones, I thought, though. I'll have to look at that one under the thing. Under my loop. It doesn't look like a 4. Maybe there's a bend in it or something. Not very good, but whatever. I was trying to learn a little bit. Next up, we have a Magneton. I believe this is Megan's card.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I have it in my notes, so I'll have to check.
Oh, I see like a little... Never mind.
There's also a couple whitening spots on this.
I didn't take great care of. Like, I put mine in like the card binder sleeve, and that was about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I never played with them.
Right.
But it would be like handled and stuff, then I'd put it in sleeve.
A little bit. So this one has like definitely a few signs of wear. I'm gonna stick in the same range. I'm assuming it doesn't have a bend or something, probably like that one does, and it's gonna be a 6.
You think a 6?
A 6.
I'm gonna say a 5.
Alright. Holy crap, she got a 9. Well, shows how much we know.
Fudge.
Amazing. Wow. A 9.
You're welcome.
Base set Magneton.
But not like first edition or anything.
Not
like
first
it was
edition.
Just...
But that's still a couple $100 card. I mean, we'll put it up on screen here.
You got a wedding to pay for.
Next up, we have Dark Blastoise, first edition, holographic. This is one of the better chase cards out of the Team Rocket set. And this one was a dandy, I believe. This is one of the ones that I was like, alright, this is going in. So I'm going to hope for an 8, just based on what other things came out of Rocket. A 9 would be absolutely stellar, but I'm going to go with an 8.
I'm going to be a little more pessimistic. I'm going to say a 7. I'm going to say 7.
Alright, here we go. Oh
What?
my goodness. That's a very, very good one. That's the one of the ones that you wanted to come back as a 9.
Cool.
Because
Good job.
that is a beautiful card. Like I
Team
said,
Rocket was notorious for kind of like
yeah,
being rough, right?
right. Well, the centering is definitely off on this one on the front, and it's even a little worse on the back, so that's probably why it's a 9. I mean, I remember this one being really, really nice. I'm looking at the holo. There's no print lines or anything. I just assumed that it would get a little bit lower because of the other stuff that has been coming back from Rocket. But as you can see, we got a PSA 9 Dark Blastoise first edition. I'm going to be very happy about the price that comes up on screen. Well, let's see if we can keep this train rolling. We got Dark Raichu first edition. Let me take a look at this guy. Wow, this one's looking really solid too. Well, a couple nicks here. The back's not as nice, but the holo has no print lines. I'm gonna say an 8.
8.
Oh my goodness gracious. We got another 9. So this is the first ever secret rare card. Look,
Wow.
it's number 83 out of 82.
Was there another Raichu in the set, or
Nope,
this was the
just
only?
this one. And
Okay.
everybody thought it was a misprint when I was growing up. That's absolutely amazing, because there's Dark Charizard is probably number 1, and this card is probably close behind number 2. And then that Dark Blastoise is probably number 3. Best cards from Team Rocket.
Fun.
So we just got 2 of the top 3 from Team Rocket as PSA 9s. We'll put the price up.
This makes up for like
Very
the last,
happy.
The
Well,
last
yeah.
ones that came
I mean,
in lower
this is
than...
really what I wanted to have happen, but you just can't. It's been really hard to do that with PSA. Next up, we have a Fossil first edition Dragonite holographic.
We have a family member that I think looks like Dragonite.
What?
I've told you this before.
I don't remember that.
It's Cody.
This card's actually pretty solid. There's one little nick I see right there that's pretty bad.
Yeah, I can see it from here.
But you can kind of see it dinged on the front too. I'm gonna say 7. I don't see any print lines. I don't see any hollow scratches. But we're looking super soft light, so it's hard to tell.
I'm gonna say 5.
A 5?
I think a visible nick is a big deal.
Okay. Well, let's see. I have a 7 and Megan has a 5. And it is a 7! Which honestly,
Woo!
since that nick back there, I'd say otherwise this card's probably a 9. Because it looks as solid as those last 2 do, but hey, for a 20-year-old card, or even older year card, what can you do?
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. So next up, we got the first edition version of the card we previously did. There's the regular version. So just to show you guys again, see this drop shadow? That is a shadowed card versus here. There's no drop shadow, plus it's first edition. That is one way, the easiest way to tell if a card is shadowless. So anyway, this one's way more valuable.
You mean to tell me it's shadowless if there's no shadow?
Well, I mean, it's kind of a hard thing to say if you're just
Yeah.
like putting it up next to each other. You're
Yeah.
like, what's the difference? Because they look the same.
Yeah. The hollow's different in this one too. I think it is.
Maybe coloration.
Maybe from like the angle I'm sitting, it's
Yeah.
a little different too.
Anyway, Poliwrath. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Well, so far solid background, although that was our last one as well. There's a pretty big ding there. Small ding there, small ding there. So 3 of the corners have some dings on them. One is a pretty big ding.
6.
Well,
6.
I think I might. Well, I'll go. I kind of want to go for a 6 too. I'm gonna be optimistic and go for a 7. Let's see what we get.
Good job.
Heck yeah, that's not bad at all. I'm pretty happy with that grade, honestly. This is a pretty big ding there, so they could have done it worse. But pretty happy for a base set first edition card. Getting a 7 is solid.
I feel like they read your emails from the last time. They're like, well, maybe this guy's onto something. Maybe we should throw him a bone.
Maybe. I mean, I guess so. I just feel like the last one was so inconsistent. That,
Yeah.
You know, because I'm looking at some of these cards and I'm like, okay, well, those are 9s. And then they are. And then I'm looking at those other cards and I'm like, well, those are 9s. And they're like, now that's a 6, brah. I'm like, oh my god, that's just absolutely ridiculous.
Anyway, sorry. I keep interrupting.
So, first edition, Chansey. This was my younger brother Gus's favorite card growing up.
Of course it was.
There is some light hollow scratching I see in a print line or two there. Not super bad, but this is definitely one of those ones, you know, it's a first edition base set hollow, like, you have to set it a grade. A little bit of edge wear along the top there. I'm going to say 6. I'm going to be optimistic. 5 or 6 is
7.
what my guess would be. A 7? There's hollow scratching on this one.
7.
Okay. Oh, look at that. We got a 6. So yeah, given the hollow scratching, I think that's a pretty fair grade. There's quite a bit of it actually. I wouldn't have been all that disappointed if it was a 5, but we got a 6, so I'm pretty happy there. Next up, another chase card. This is Gym Heroes. This is Gym Heroes. I can't remember. Anyway, it's Gym Heroes or Gym Challenge. I can't remember which color is which. The symbol's the same. I will tell you in a second. This is Rocket's Mewtwo, the first Pokemon card that has 3 attacks, and it's a Mewtwo, so it's probably one of the most sought after. It's definitely, depending on which set this is from. I think Blade and Charizard's in here, and then it's probably Rocket's Mewtwo number 2. I'll put the price up on screen.
Once you reveal it.
Also, a cool thing about this card is the character art is smaller than any other card that I'm aware of. Because of the space it needed for 3, they squeezed down the box size for the Pokemon. So yeah, a lot of firsts for this card, which make it really cool, and then thus makes it sought after. I'm not really seeing a ton. There's a tiniest little nick there.
Is this on your thing?
I can't tell. It looks like it's on the case. Actually, you know what? There might be a couple specks there. I'm gonna say an 8, because otherwise the hollow is very nice. But those nicks on the back, I can saw on that little nick, I think take it down from a 9.
8.
It's like more like a spot. A PSA 7, and this is Gym Challenge. Black is Challenge, Gym Challenge. Well, that's not the best. The front of this card is just so beautiful. It's a shame. I wish I would have noticed that before I sent these in, because I feel like that could be cleaned off. Well, maybe that's a regrade. I'll crack it and send it back in and wait a few more years at this point.
Yeah, it almost looks like it has like sticky residue on it.
Yeah, like a little bit of plastic residue, or I don't know. Oh, so here's some very special cards coming up next. These are jungle cards. I know everybody's gonna be like, whoa, that's not jungle, there's no symbol. So what happened was there is a no symbol error for the first run of jungle cards that were not first edition, and they were missing the error completely. Let me see if I have another just regular jungle card.
I don't think you
Do we have any jungle?
I don't
No.
think so.
So I have a couple of these, and they're very highly sought after. They're almost as valuable as a first edition jungle. Some of them maybe even a little bit more, depending on how hard they were in
They're
the population.
considered a misprint because they're
A
missing
misprint and a very, very desirable misprint.
Okay.
So this is jungle card. There is no jungle symbol. We'll take a look. I know some of these weren't the best condition, but if these come back as 8 or 9s, they are going to be some very handsome cards. A little tiny bit of edge wear. I feel like we're going to end up in the 7 range again because of that, but the holo looks absolutely flawless. I see no print lines, no scratches. Maybe I'll go with an 8.
I was gonna say 8.
Alright, you got an 8, I got a 7. I'll just
Okay.
mix it up. But secretly I want an 8.
Okay.
Well, there it is. It is a 7, which is still pretty dang good. That is pretty much a mint card with a few slight defects. But with the no symbol error, that adds quite a bit of value. So
Oh, it even lists that on there. Okay.
yeah, this is such a big error, and they're so sought after that they actually get.
That's helpful.
Yeah. PSA does all the bigger ones, but they don't do most of the smaller ones. But if you send to CGC, they'll be more recognition. They'll recognize more. Yeah. Let's give away 2 more code cards.
See, we're like halfway through. So if you're
There's
still
one
here,
Champions Path double in a Mimikyu pin collection. There is 2.
we'll do more at the end too.
We got Snorlax coming up. Also, a no symbol error card. And judging by the last one, I'm going to assume it's probably going to be a 7. There's a tiny ding in the holo. 2 tiny dings in the holo, I see. A little bit of corner wear. I'm going to say 7.
I'm gonna say 6.
Oh my goodness. Megan has 1.
I got one right.
That is a PSA 6. It's a little disappointing. But there are 2 small nicks in the holo, or smudges, or goops, or whatever you want to call them. So all that being considered, I can see why. Hey, you want to take that off? We'll keep going.
You keep going.
For Alligator is up next. This is one of the chase cards out of first edition Neo set. The holo is looking very solid. And so is the back. I might go back. This is a little bit later in my set collection in the Pokemon world. I'm gonna say it's a 9. I'm gonna hope it's a 9.
8.
8, based on
Nothing.
intuition.
Yeah.
Oh, and Megan gets it right. There is a PSA 8. That is still an excellent grade for a card of this age. I don't see what the issue is. Like I said, this light is super soft to make us look really nice. So it's hard to tell errors though on people
Saying I
and
look
cards.
nice? Actually, I look very pink right now.
All right, so this is one I wanted to see. This is a first edition Lugia. The front of the card is. This is one I've had since like I was literally a kid. There's some scratching in the holo, not too bad. But on the back, there's some pretty egregious edge wear.
Ruh-roh.
And some holo scratching. Yeah, I just wanted to see, how much something egregious like that. But this is the biggest chase card from the set, so I was still gonna get graded regardless.
And I feel like even if it's not great, sometimes it's nice to have that nostalgia in a case.
Yeah, it's not getting any worse. Nobody
yeah,
really plays them anymore.
Yeah.
And you can always take them out. It's not that hard. I want to say I think 4 is probably right. I'm hoping it gets a 5. That would be cool. Oh man, they did not like that edge wear. I mean, the front of the card looks really gorgeous, honestly. I I mean, it's like light play, but when you look at the back with this edge wear, it is.
Somebody chewed on it.
It's actually starting to delam just a little bit. I have no idea what happened. Still a nice card though. Beautiful front.
Yeah.
So now we have some shadowless cards. Base set shadowless Charizard, which has potential to be one of the most valuable cards of my entire collection, depending on the grade. I'm not super optimistic. I know there is some very light hollow scratching. And a little bit of edge wear. I think a PSA 7 would be pretty great. An 8, I would lose my mind. 7, I think it's going to end up being a 6. Charizards,
Mine was a 6.
I just feel like Charizards are so heavily looked at that it's going to be hard to get anything better than that. They know. This one actually took the longest at PSA. Like, I actually saw it, like, I submitted a bunch of cards at the same time, and then this one got held up for some reason.
Like, oh, look at this. What
Yeah.
if it's like a 10? No.
Well, because everybody has to come to consensus, so I'm assuming it didn't come to consensus and then ended up being a grade down. So it was probably at a 7 and then ended up being a 6, would be my guess. And I'm going to be sad.
Yeah, well.
It's a 6. Still pretty good. Put the price up on screen. I mean, it's a shadowless base set Charizard. Come on now. That's a beauty. Alright, continuing down the shadowless train. We have Shadowless Gyarados. A lot of people's favorite Pokemon. Who doesn't love good Gyarados?
I don't like the artwork on it.
No?
No. Colors don't seem right.
This one does seem, especially in this Shadowless version,
Right?
the contrast wasn't as good or sharp.
Like, you know whenever like you remember whenever like the old tube TVs would start to go bad?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like to me.
I feel the back of this card is pretty chewed up. Probably from being on top of a binder for a long time.
Well, it's not as bad as the one.
Yeah, it's not Lugia bad. So I'm guessing it is going to be a 6. Maybe a 5. Hopefully a 6. Oh,
nice.
Wow! Well, that was the first big surprise of the night that went our way. Well, maybe
Those
not the first one.
nines.
Those 9s surprised me, actually. There is some edge wear there, but we got a PSA 7 Gyarados. Shadowless Gyarados. Very happy about that one. I'll put the price up there on screen. We have 2 more cards left. This is a Shadowless Ninetales. And we have a Shadowless Zapdos left. We got 3 minutes. We gotta go fast. So I'm gonna say, based on the last couple, there's a light hollow scratch there. I'm gonna say 7.
Me too. Rip it off. Rip it, Trav!
It's a PSA 6. Well, that's kind of disappointing because I think the Gyarados is way worse condition than this, but maybe there is a light crease or binder bend. And let's get going onto the last card here.
Sorry, we're rushing.
Zapdos. Trying to keep it. So this one also has a lot of top wear, just like the Gyarados. So I'm assuming it's in 6 and 7 range. I'm gonna hope for 7.
7.
Double 7s. Let's see what we get. We got a 6. That's not surprising. I'm actually surprised that Gyarados pulled off a 7, but that is a nice card. And that is it. We'll put the price up on screen.
So you want to see your 9s? Make you happy? The
Yeah,
surprising 9s?
I guess
think
we
that
should have
was
been
it.
putting them up there.
Well, it's fine. We're almost out of time. Give us an outro, Trav.
Well, yeah,
That's it.
so that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for our videos. We have new videos every single day, and we're back on track to having some longer form episodes coming on Mondays. Hope you really love this PSA review video, and we will see you on the next episode.